So now it's starting to look worrisome for the market. You can see right here it's 3 days holding the 20-day moving average. However, it looks like it might fail this because you got two consecutive day with a doji top, which are candles with a high wick. And not only that, it's failing to hold or bounce above the 38.2 on Fibonacci. So this is starting to look very bearish, and I'm thinking let's see what happens tomorrow, but I'm almost certain at this point um that a crash is coming pretty soon, probably next week. Unless earnings is gonna be really good, um, you're gonna have a crash coming next week that is gonna be pretty epic. Because it's not bouncing. There's a lot of shorts right now, all these shorts, and they're not squeezing out the shorts, which will mean there are not any buyers. And if there are not any buyers, then they're gonna be sellers. And this signal of lower highs, these are breakout attempts. These are all breakout attempts, breakout attempts, and they're lower highs. Which means that this right here, this strength of gathering should have had a lot more volume, and it should have broke above 38.2 and kept going. Had this one kept going up, I think that would have been a bullish condition, and then we would have probably saved a crash event. But the fact that I guess they ran out of buyers in the afternoon, which is really strange, because normally when the buyers get hold of the afternoon, this trend line normally keep going. And yes, it's a 38.2, but how many times did it break the 38.2? One, two, three times. So it should have just kept going. And the fact that it failed the 38.2 and right at the 100-day moving average, and the 100-day moving average, or in this case, the 100 candle moving average, the intermediate trend is going down. The daily trend was going up at a certain point because it held the support line, but now that it fell essentially where the support line is, which is the 20-day moving average, this is looking very bearish. Now, in the post-market, in the afternoon or in the aftermarket, you do have good results from Tesla, decent results, I guess, in the aftermarket. So this is up. However, this is not sparking any aftermarket strength. Let's see what happened with the futures tonight. But right now, the QQQ is not even showing that it is being. Let me turn on the extended hours. So yeah, the extended hours is not up. So this is not good. If you normally have Tesla reporting earnings and they are satisfied with the results, I guess they're not satisfied because it's barely up. Um, Now it was up, and I guess right now they're doing a conference call. Um, and I guess they're selling it off, but this is not looking very good at all. I am now starting to worried, and I hate to jump the gun, and I hate to be wrong like this, where I was expecting earnings to spark a rally. Now it just feels so bearish, but it also could be a head fake because they normally trick you into thinking. I mean, there's so many algorithms, so many people looking at it, and it just looks bearish, but I guess you just gotta lean with the bearish condition because unless let's just see what happens tomorrow. Tomorrow is a very important day actually. If this thing fail, and I'm thinking it probably will fail. It's just there's just not any buyers right now, unfortunately. So Amazon Look at that. It's below the 50% on Fibonacci. That is very bearish. I mean, that looks like it's going to. It closed below, which means it's probably now it is bouncing off of the 50-day. So yeah, so that's kind of strength in the sense that this 50% retracement is really pretty strong. You can see normally it does bounce off of it. So this is a bounce off of it. This is a bounce off of it. Um, However, these guys are kind of testing it, and I'm hoping it will bounce off of it tomorrow. But it may be a head fake, a small gap. I think there's just gonna be a sell off tomorrow. There's a potentially a sell off, and I think everybody's seeing it now because it just looks like a signal of going down. And let's just go through the individual indexes to show you why it does look like it just looks bearish at this point. So the QQQ obviously bounce, but it's right at the 20, or it's bouncing. I mean, it's support. The critical line is the 20. The SPY is also at the 20 day, but you got that long wick here. Well, you don't show it. I guess that's a false print, but it looks like there's a long wick. The DIA. That also shows that this just looks bearish. Everything just looks so bearish right now. Yeah, and of course IBM. I mean, the biotech looks very bearish. So it's at the 100-day moving average, and on the weekly it's at the 20. Financial right now, financial is going below the 20. And on the weekly, it is supporting on off of the weekly. So that's something there. And see what gold is look like. See if there's anything on gold. So gold look like it's bouncing off of the 20. So I don't know what that means really. Whether that's let me look at the semiconductor. Yeah, the semiconductor looks like it's retracing too. So, and then all the individual stocks, you got Chipotle missing earnings, I guess. So now it's down to the 20. You can see Chipotle missing earnings. That is not good. Yeah, and then of course Netflix from yesterday earnings. This thing is it's going down. Amazon, of course, it looks like it wants to bounce off of the 50, but I don't know if everything's going down, it's gonna go down. And all of a sudden, Shopify is looking very weak. So yeah, but the thing is, you got pocket of strengths. You got Google, which is bouncing. I guess because of I guess I don't know what it's related to, but you got Facebook because of Snap. So you got these outfits that are related to I guess what Snaps is saying. Snaps right there. So these social media related, yeah, Twitter, Adobe. So you do have pocket of strengths. Software company, you got, I don't know why Big C is up. And then you got, I guess, a lot of software companies. You got software. So there's some sector rotation, money that's rotating into these individual stocks. TTD was getting pushed. It was getting pushed and then it sold off. And Invisalign, the braces, I guess, reported really good earnings and some news. And you got some of these guys like PayPal. Let me see anything else. That's about it right now. So individually, it was a very tough day to trade. Very tough day, and you can see the reason why it was tough is because the net for whatever reason Amazon was just very weak today, extremely weak. But the Nasdaq was at the time it was showing strength. So I had a hard time trying to understand the direction. Now I got some of these guys right here as buffers, right? I didn't. Some of these guys were pretty good, bouncing off of VWAP, bouncing off of VWAP, and then eventually this failure. Now I missed all of this rundown, and I think I got this one up and some of the other one, but all of this rundown. This is the waves that I want to catch. So the theory I have is, or the strategy I have is catch and ride the waves. Now I just couldn't catch this wave because my sentiment is still that of a bullish sentiment. I'm still leaning bullish. Now I'm not. I'm actually having a very bearish sentiment at this point. Um, Even though I guess this trend is, yeah, this trend is definitely down. So I guess I have to lean to the bearish side, unless they can squeeze the shorts tomorrow. So looking at the individual options, so Facebook, of course, these are the social media. They're heavy on the call side. And if the market turn, these are gonna be shorts candidate. All of these guys, Facebook, Google, they're all related to, I guess, the sympathy from Snap. But if you look at Amazon, let's take a look at Amazon. There's quite a bit of options volume on the call side on the 3200. If you look at it on the 60-minute, so there's a lot of volume here, a lot of volume on the 2250. And let me see, where's the other volume at the 3000 is the other one. So those are having decent volume, but then on the put side, you do have also decent volumes on the 3100, and you got 3150, and you also got the 3200. So right now, you have to say, because this is the 3200. You got to say right now that the condition looks to be going up based on this trend line. So the puts and the volume, I mean, it's hard to say. But I gotta lean bearish at this point. It does look very bearish. It could be a rope a dope, and they'll squeeze the shorts tomorrow. And there's a shitload of shorts right now on Amazon. So, and then let me see why Zoom is, yeah, I guess Zoom got sold off too, huh? Yeah, I didn't catch Zoom. Yeah, Zoom got sold off. I didn't even realize it. Look at that. So hard to catch the sell off sometimes. Let me see what Zoom looks like on the options. So Zoom options, still heavier on the call side, surprisingly, still heavier on the call side. And of course, Apple is still heavier on the call side, although it does have a lot of put options as well. Decent volume on the puts, but also decent volume on the calls. So the individual stocks are still showing more favoring more calls than puts, even though the whole market is going down, which is really surprising. Like, why are they buying the call options unless they're gonna engineer a squeeze pretty soon? You can see the volume. These guys right here on the 285, the 287. They're all they're all close to 20. But then you also see that there's a lot of puts on the the put options as well. So it's hard to say which one is it favoring right now. Um, the SPY is, let me see what the SPY looks like. Yeah, the SPY have decent volume on both sides, so it's conflicting. It's conflicting on the indexes for at least today, although the DIA has quite a nobody's trading the DIA really. It's really just a SPY, and there's more on the IWM for the puts. So it's really more the SPY and the NASDAQ. So what happened today? 2200. It was a tough day. I did try some options, just one option just to play it. Very tough though. I mean, really couldn't ride much. And I missed out on this wave in the afternoon. That even though I wanted to ride, I got here. I wanted to ride this up, but I just got scared. I don't even know if I bought it here, had I bought 10 cars, would I seen this guy go up? And I'm not convinced that would have happened, to be honest, because I feel like 10, had I bought 10, let me just say bought 10 of these guys right here. Had I bought 10 of this at the low, which is 129, let's just say around, would I have seen it run all the way up and sell it at 43? I'm not convinced. That's close to 15 points. So that's about, let's say 10, 15,000 had I bought it and sold it at the top. I'm not convinced, to be honest, even though I was looking at it, I was saying, because I feel like 10 call option is a lot for the market maker to see. And I think they would somehow try to turn it the other way, to be honest, and squeeze me out before they go up. Just because they see my shares. That's amazing as that sound. That doesn't make any sense, but I just feel like that's the case. One day I'm gonna test that theory when there is a bigger wave. I noticed this wave. I didn't even hold on one of the calls. That's the weird thing. And I had it, but I just didn't. I was just too afraid to hold on to it. Um, yeah, it's not a bad amount, even though all the values are rather small. It didn't take any really big hit. The strategy it was really tough, even though and because I was really counter trending. To be honest, I was selling the puts. You can see I was selling the puts, and I only sold a couple of calls. Actually, yeah, I did. I guess I trended okay for a couple. But I counter trended a lot too, because to be honest, I was just favoring the upside, so I literally missed all this run, this big wave down. I should have. I mean, had I sold one cause and held it, I would have had a good gain on this one. This is a good 1 to 2,000, probably 2,000 had I played that one, but I missed it. But the strategy is still pretty good because it is all a scam. It's all manipulated. And you just gotta follow the discipline and don't justify it, and try to follow the trend, even though it is difficult right now. I don't even know. Tomorrow, I think, well, I can't say what it is. I'm not even gonna guess. And then try to catch the wave. And there's a lot of brain seed and traps. So if they actually manage to rally this tomorrow, yeah, then this is absolutely true that it's brain seed and traps, because they just trap all the shorts. They literally just trap all the shorts if they manage to do that. I'm not convinced right now that they're able to do it. But let's see if that's possible. Anything is possible, I guess. And don't have fixed mentality, even though it looks bearish, I guess. I mean, I guess I just want to lean on the bearish side, but I guess you have to. But you gotta be flexible that there could be a short squeeze. So you gotta lean on the bearish side, but you gotta go with the data and don't justify it. Just go with the data. You don't overthink it. And I guess Friday, I'm not sure if I'm gonna be playing Friday, but tomorrow, let's see what happened tomorrow, because that's really it. Um, Decent day, really small gains. Now, global COVID is going up, so this, I guess this is, and no stimulus unless they can run a deal pretty soon. This is pretty bearish. Yeah, it looks like a crash is coming, to be honest. I just can't see any way around it, even though I don't want to have fixed mentality, but I just see, like, right now it just feels very bearish for whatever reason. I just feel like, man, I was so hoping for this earnings run up, but now you got Netflix, now you got Chipotle, missing earnings, and